Wow, that's gone forever tonight, that music. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks with me and TB the Bear. TB the Bear. Say hello, TB. Say hello to everyone, all his fans. It's TB. Oh, what a wonderful bear you are, aren't you? Oh, I love you. Kissy, kissy. Ooh, I just want to do naughty things to this bear. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, God. Anyway, hello everyone. It's Thursday evening once again, which means it's time for another Hookster Talks. Hello, hello, hello. Wowzers me trousers. I like to say occasionally. Let's go straight to the chat and see who's about. Scott's in the chat. Hello, Scott. Yeah, fine. Thank you, mate. Matthew D'Souza's in there as well. He says, hi, Dave. Did you watch the latest Doctor Who episode? No, I didn't, actually. I heard it was pretty good, though. And as I haven't watched any of that batty old Bince episodes, because I'm sorry, you can't have a woman as a Doctor Who. No, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry, you can't have it. So I haven't watched any of hers, but I bet it was pretty good. And as the Daleks were in it, and they're my favourite, I might catch up on that on the BBC, whatever you're going to call it. I play catch up, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, yeah. So I might get into that later. And I heard Neil Tennant turned up at the end, or was it David Tennant? No, Neil Tennant. That was the Pet Shop Boys, wasn't it? West End Girls. West. You lot won't remember that. Anyway, in the stream, prepare for a rant. Be not the obvious. Yes, exactly. There will be some kind of rant. The FIA, I'm not going to rant about them because pretty much everybody else has, but there's something else I need to get off my chest. Well, feel free to, Scott, because that's what we're here for. Yes. Nice bit of ranty on a Thursday night. Yes. And it sort of sets up for the weekend, then sets up for Friday and into the weekend. Yeah, that's what I say anyway. Tomo F1, oh my goodness. Is this the cool down zone, is it? Tomo, is it the cool down whatever? I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Yes, welcome, Tomo. Welcome. She has gone. Won't ruin the end for you, though. Oh, right. Okay, thanks, Matt. Lewis Hamilton will get his 8th title in 2023. He will he? Well. Okay, let's talk about F1. First of all, I noticed on Twitter there was a little thing they put up, and apparently in the speed trap, the Mercedes for this year has been the slowest car of all. Yeah, I know, remarkable. And do you know what the fastest car was in the speed trap? Alfa Romeo. Interesting. And Red Bull was right up there as well. I think it was second or third. But the poor old Mercedes, as driven by Sir Lewis of Lewisham. Lewis of Lewisham was unfortunately the slowest car in the speed trap. Now, of course, speed traps don't really indicate much, but it is definitely telling that they are the slowest car in the speed traps. So that's been very interesting. I have to agree, very interesting indeed. Now, before I continue, I've just seen a tweet from Arava. Yeah, and I wanted to see whether I could live my reply to the tweet right here for you guys. What do you reckon? Should we have a live reply to his tweet? Yes, why not? Why not indeedy, Mr. McGreedy? Let's get up YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter if I can. Come on, everything's taking a while to load tonight. I don't know what's going on. Here it is. Right, I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter. Arava tweeted this out earlier, and I looked at it and I thought I've got to reply to that. I'm sorry, I just simply must. So I'll see if I can get it up on the screen for you guys. He's probably deleted it by now. Let's have a look. Right, let's see if I can get it up on the old screen here for you guys to look at. Here it is. So this is the tweet that Arif has tweeted out today, saying about the F1 22 game. Sports update has major car bodywork changes, shows that there's a capacity of switching 3D, but I don't understand what you're on about there. I don't get that bit. Anyway, that wasn't the bit I was looking at. These are the bits I was looking at. I feel it's very poor now. 3 years since my team came in, that players can't have a choice of 3 to 4 different looking specs or chassis or bodywork for their player cut. Yeah, I'm still not interested in that bit. This is the bit that was interesting. This actual tweet here. This year's game has been so poor in so many departments. When you look past the headline stuff marketed at launch, F1 Life, etc., hoping it's a 2015 scenario where it's a holding pattern game to allow for major new features and freshen up on F1 23. Only time will tell. Well, here you go. I'm going to like that. I'm going to like that comment, and then I'm going to add my own. Here we go. But F1 2015 wasn't supposed to be a placeholder game. It was supposed to be the next big thing, but it was you guys hyping it to death. Next big thing. It was you guys hyping it to death. Where should we put? That brought on the slow but steady decline you guys hyped it to death that brought on the slow but steady decline after people had no trust anymore in the F1 games. Let me read that back to myself. We've got a little spelling thing here. Anymore is one word, thank you. But F1 2015 wasn't supposed to be a placeholder game. It was supposed to be the next big thing. But it was you guys hyping it to death that brought on the slow but steady decline after people had no trust anymore in the F1 games. There you go. Live reply to Arava right there. Because I saw that and it made me a little bit mad that he's complaining about the game, even though he is one of the biggest hype merchants of these F1 games. He hypes them to death. Obviously he does because he gets paid by Codemasters. We all know he gets paid by Codemasters to, hype these games up. It's absolutely obvious that's what happens. And now he's complaining because the game, well, it isn't very good. But as I say, this fundamentally has all gone down to F1 2015, which was the first game on the next gen platforms. And it was, a lot of you guys probably won't remember because it's quite a while ago now, but that game was hyped to destruction and it was a complete and utter pile of shit. It really was. No career mode whatsoever. They'd completely removed the career mode, which they'd had in 2014, but for 2015, God knows why, only because they obviously ran out of time to make the game, but they removed the career mode, so all you had was the championship mode. So that was it. Pick a driver, pick a team, and away you go. 19 or 20 races, job done, let's start all again. And that was it. The online was absolutely atrocious, broken beyond words. The game itself is still broken. They still haven't fixed part of the game. If you race in Austria, you will run out of tyres before you get to the end of the game because unfortunately there's a glitch where all your tyres are pretty much about 75% worn at Austria. So you'll go into that game every single time, and you might as well just forget about Austria because all your tyres wear out and you can't get to the end. So you might as well just skip Austria and go to the next race. They've never fixed that. They never fixed it. Ever. Never fixed it. So yeah. So however, blaming Codemasters when he's one of the ones that, as I say, hypes these games to death, is just ridiculous. It really is. Absolutely. So here we go. We're going to reply to that. Press the button. Here we go. Live tweeting. There, it's gone. It's gone. Watch me now. I'll be blocked. He'll block me after. So that was the one I wanted to... I can't see what the rest of it is. It's a bit boring, to be honest. Oh, and now he's moaning. Now he's moaning because the game's viewership on YouTube has dropped off lower than F1 2019 levels, I'd say, which speaks volumes when you compare the two games' core features. So there you go. He's moaning because he's not getting views on YouTube. Not getting views for the game on YouTube. He thought he'd get that in as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love you, however. I love you. Come on my show. Come on this show and explain yourself. Please. I've got so many things to ask you. He won't. He won't. Now, I have to say, some of his tweets, I don't understand. Is he talking some kind of, I don't know, funny English? Because what the hell does that even mean? Yep, you can factor in post-2021 slumps because every content got bumped. Is he speaking Cockney? Shall I say it as Cockney Dave? Yeah, you can factor in post-2020-21 slumps because every content got bumped up with people stuck inside. But the drop off further than 2019 when the world was normal is the worry. In real life, F1 title wrapped up a factor? Question mark. That's happened before, 2015, 17, 18, 19, and not caused slumps this bad. There you go. Bit of Cockney Dave for you there. Yeah, I really don't understand his tweets sometimes. The wording's very confusing, very confusing. So basically, yeah, he hypes the games to death. Everyone has now seen through that hype, thankfully. Hopefully with a little bit of persuasion from me as well, because I've been one of the greatest critics of Codemasters, which I'm glad I can be, because obviously if Codemasters don't pay me any money to say what I say, and it's good, and they don't include me in anything either, which is even better because yeah. So I hope a few of you have taken my advice. I would like to say that I've had a lot of trouble with F1 2022, especially on the pad. It's been a bit of a nightmare for me, and compared with previous games, it really isn't hitting my sweet spot. As you know, I am a great lover of the F1 games. That's why my channel is called F1 Games PlayStation. So yeah, but unfortunately, it's just not doing it for me. So yeah, I have a lot of issue with the game. But so here's however, he's moaning because he's not getting the views, everyone. So you better get on there now. Get on there now. I'll do his thing because we've got to do a bit of promotion for however now because the poor wee lamb is not getting enough views, so we got to sort it out for him. So let's go there now. Oh look, there I am. Look, there's myself. I can see myself. Like this is gonna blow the computer. No, don't play a video. Don't play a video. Oh my god, it's gonna blow my computer right if I start playing a video at the same time as I'm streaming. Yeah, I was trying to get it to. Right, where is he? See, I've got all my subscriptions down here, and as you can see, I am subscribed to the great man. That's how much I believe in the cause. Yeah, I believe in the cause. So anyway, this is a little bit of self-promotion. This is Alf, who's currently at 705 subscribers. That's pretty decent, 705 subscribers, I have to say. He's getting there. He'll nearly be at 1,000, then he'll be able to monetize his channel, won't he? So he's at 705 subscribers. And yeah, so go subscribe to him because he's not getting the views. Let's have a look to see whether he's factually correct of whether he's getting the views or not. Let's have a look. Last video, it was only 2 hours ago, 14k. Now these ones he never gets views for anyway, so I don't know what he moans about that. He's basically just looking at a Reddit page where he's commenting on that they've done for him because they're all stupid and only aged about 12 years old, most of them. But they've done a Reddit page for the old lad. And yeah, so you're never going to get high views for that. So he shouldn't worry there. So his main one, of course, is the My Driver Career. So let's have a look. Look, worst 113 views he got for that 3 days ago. Let's have a look. F1 Manager. That's also his premium content. Yeah, that hasn't been doing so well in the views, I must admit. But I have said before about F1 Manager. It's very fun to play. I don't think it's very fun to watch someone else playing it, to be honest. That's just how I look at it. It doesn't, it doesn't look that fun to watch someone else play it, because you'd rather just play it yourself, wouldn't you, really? And there's no sort of artificial drama. I've said this before. There's no sort of artificial drama you can include into F1 Manager to make it exciting. Whereas if you're in F1 22, there's lots of editing tricks you can use to improve the content. If you so not that I ever do that, no. But if you want to improve the content, then you can. But in F1 Manager, it's very difficult to do that. Just because it's a completely different game, completely different structure of the way it pans out. But I say, still very exciting to play, but I don't think it's that exciting to watch other people playing it. Put it like that. So anyway, so we'll forget F1 Manager. So he's got 127 for his one from 7 days ago. Yeah, that I think he's down a bit on what he usually gets. So let's go to, has he got any playlists here? Up here somewhere. Let's see the playlist for all the... Here we go. My team career mode. Oh, don't play it. No. It's going to blow up.
Something in your body
blow up. No,
right.
don't do the ads. Don't do the ads. Sorry, YouTube. So, look. For fuck's sake. I didn't ask to play it. I just wanted to see the playlist. Oh. View full playlist. Perhaps I should have pressed that button there. I've only been on YouTube 7 years, so just leave it, okay? Just leave it. Is that going to start playing if I press that? I bet you it will do. Anyway, for the whole series, he's done 53 videos so far. He's got 802,000 views. So let's rewind that and go to his 2021. Obviously, this is not a fair comparison because the older they are, they'll get more. Oh, here we go. My team career mode for 2021. View full playlist. Oh, okay. Well, as I say, if you factor in the fact that he's got 124 videos and he's only got 53 on the current one, so obviously that's going to impact. But yeah, there is quite a difference there, as you can see. So maybe we should compare this to F1 2020. That would be so. He's got nearly 4 million views, 3,789 on his 2021 career. So let's try 2020 because that'll be a fair comparison then, won't it? Where's his 2020? F1, here it is. 150 he's done there. So let's have a look. See what's going on there. Yeah, see, almost 4 million views again. Yeah, so looking at that, I would say he's right. He's definitely down on views. But of course it's going to be because the game is just, I know you'll agree with me, it's just not all that. I've never been so underwhelmed by an F1 game, I have to say, since F1 98, if anyone remembers that. Yeah. Oh my God. I actually played that for the first 2 minutes. I can still remember the first 2 minutes in my head. It's like an imprinted memory. Yeah, I can remember the first 2 minutes. And it basically started like this. Yeah, that was my 2 minutes memory of F1 98. Great game. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so there we go. Let's get back to me, as they say. Go back to the comments and see if anyone's still in here. Or have they all gone yet? Oh, there's loads in the comments. Okay, I'll get to those in a minute. So yeah, there you go. That's what I just had to do in reply to Arava, because that just annoyed me. It really did. Him saying about, 2015. But as I say, that was supposed to be the next big thing. Next generation F1 game. Yeah. And Arava especially, because that's why I singled him out, because Arava especially hyped that game to death. He really did. And the public just lost trust in it. After that, because they're like, but that was crap. Why did you hype it? Oh, because you're getting paid for it. Yeah, but why did you do that? Because that was crap. And ever since then, people have lost faith. 2016 was a decent F1 game. As to be said, 2016 was decent. It was. You could see the foundation. You could see the starting blocks of a good game. It wasn't a great game, but you could see that the foundation was laid there. Unfortunately, then 2017 went in a wrong direction for some unknown reason. Everything got a little bit harder. You had so many more development parts. You had 122 in total there to put on your car. You had those really big wheels, which I swear to this day, Codemasters got the size of those wheels wrong, because they just look too big on the cars. And anyone who's played 2017 will know at Monaco, you couldn't get around the hairpin because of the width of the wheels, which is ridiculous. They introduced classic cars into 2017, which is fair enough, but even those look weird. The wheels look too big on those. So I think they made a fundamental error somewhere along the line with 2017. Then 2018 came along, and 2018 I think is the closest game to 2022 at the moment, because the handling was very, very twitchy indeed. We didn't use it in the league purely for that reason. The handling was just very twitchy. So you can see a sort of irreversible decline starting already. And then, of course, 2019. Now, 2019 was a fairly decent game. The handling was good. And, of course, introduced for the first time the fact that drivers could change teams, which blew us all out of the water. That was just really exciting stuff. And it's something that we wanted for years and years and years. In fact, I dreamt about something like that happening all the way back to F1 97 when that was a thing and I was playing that game. I remember I was always thinking about ideas for F1 games, what you could put in it, what you could improve on it. And one of those I was like, wow, if only you could change teams. But I remember saying to myself, well, yeah, but that wouldn't be possible, would it? Because they'd have to have different colours on. And that's never going to happen, is it? It's never going to happen. No, not with the PS1 graphics. You're never going to be able to get different overalls on them, are you? So I poo-pooed that idea and said, no, that's never going to happen. And 2019 comes along and there it was. And of course we had 2020 where they introduced my team, which was, in my opinion, fairly average. It was all right, but it wasn't anything special. And the fact that you had to drive the same car for like 10 seasons and there was no way of, because I always like that you can change teams in the driver career, and those teams have, while you've been playing, have been doing different things to the car, so the car's always felt different. Whereas in my team, you've got to stick to the car that you've got. All you can do is bolt all the parts on it, and that's it. And it's the same generic FIA approved car that they made in 2019 for the game, wasn't it? And that was it. And in my opinion, it wasn't a very good car anyway, to be honest. And even when it's uprated, it still doesn't even feel like an F1 car, to be honest. But anyway, so yeah, 2020, that came along with my team on it. And remarkably enough, that was a fairly decent game as well. The handling was pretty decent. And even more than that, just think that was made during COVID. With all the lockdowns and everything, all that was going on, they managed to still bring out a fairly decent F1 game, which is quite remarkable. Then 2021 came out, and it's like they'd gone backwards again. Now, yeah, they had the breaking point scenario for anyone who was a fan of that. I still haven't played it yet. I must get around to it one day. But yeah, they had the breaking point. So that was something new. But unfortunately, the game fell down once again in the handling department. And this time it was physics that weren't quite right. No, you jump over curbs for no reason, even though you've gone over the same curb 5 times in a row perfectly. And then suddenly you jump up in the air and it's like, what? How is this even possible? And yeah, you could see from there that the game was definitely starting to decline again. And then F122 comes along, and we've got serious issues. Now I'm not the only one. I've been watching some esports drivers, and they are really having problems with this game as well. There's one called, I hope I got his name right, Marcel Kifo, is it? And he was like one of the top esports guys, and he's just dropped down to like back of the field because he says fundamentally he just cannot get to grips with this game. And fundamentally, it's all down to the throttle input. So I've found out going through all the various forums. It's the throttle input that is the problem on this game. It is just so sensitive on these F1 22 cars. And if you're on a pad, it's a bit of a nightmare. And unfortunately, I can't even drive it on medium traction control because you will still spin out without. And that's the thing about the spin outs. They're like without warning. There's not even like a warning that you're going to spin and you can catch it again. You're just going along quite normally, and then suddenly you will spin, and quite honestly, for no reason. And so I don't get it. So yeah, so there you go. That's the F1 game, sort of pigeonholed into about the last 5 minutes, and that's my opinions. So yeah, there we go. Right, let's get to the comments. Let's get to the comments. Matthew says Hamilton has had a better season than Russell despite being behind him in the points. Russell is accident and crash prone. Yes, I agree with you there, Matt. He is a little bit crash prone. We have seen it before. Well, we saw it at Williams when he went into Valtteri Bottas, didn't we? And he actually blamed Valtteri for that and then retracted it afterwards when he looked back at the footage and realised that he was actually the plum. But yeah, so yeah, he is a bit accident prone. Who else have we got here? Plynal Plessy is in the chat. Welcome along, sir. Welcome along. I bet you're very, very glad that Boris Johnson is not actually Prime Minister now. Yes. God. I guess he felt that fucking up the country twice in a row was probably not the best idea for the Conservative Party. So yeah. So anyway, Boris has gone for good. Balmy Boris has gone. He won't ever be back now. He'll be sitting out on the backbenches for the rest of his career. So that'll be the end from Boris. He thought about it. He even flew back, didn't he, quickly to have a think about it. But he decided in the end, no, not a good idea. So Boris is now gone. And now we've got the new bloke. Now I have to say, President Biden, he scared the crap out of me because I woke up and I saw a speech from him where he was congratulating on our new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. And I went, fucking hell, we haven't had another one been elected while I've been asleep, have we? I got really scared and thought, you can't be serious. And then I realised he just couldn't say fucking names properly. No, because he can't speak the Queen's English, can he, mate? Can't speak the Queen's English. Bloody Rishi Sunak. Fuck's sake, mate. Fuck's sake. Fuck. Yeah, so that scared me a little bit. But anyway, yeah, congratulations. Now, can you please sort the country out? Thank you. Plano Plessy says, Alva says the game's poor, but we know he wouldn't say it at pre-launch because I think he's sponsored by EA. Yeah, exactly. Of course he is, yeah. They pay him money because he's an influencer, as they say. I hate that word. I'm going to put it on record now. I hate that word. I hate anyone called an influencer. I just hate it, and I don't see any need or point for it. Why on earth would you call someone an influencer? I mean, that's not on in my opinion. He's not an influencer. He's a YouTuber, and that's it. That's his job. He does YouTuber. He's not an influencer, is he? Christ's sake. So yeah, obviously, however, excuse me, my chat's disappeared. However, is getting paid by. Yeah, come on, chat. Where have you gone? My chat's disappeared. Hang on, let's go back to it. Come on, chat. Come on, there it is. Will F1 says, bloody hell, Dave. 705 subscribers. Did you like that, Will? Yeah, I liked it as well. 113 views. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Matthew says, have any F1 games PlayStation videos beat any other videos for a number of views? Wowzers me trousers. I would say possibly not. Possibly not. Especially with my sub count. It's not going to be possible. But I have to say, I've got some videos on my channel which I'm very proud of, and they've got some good views. And yeah, as Will says, my first ever episode of the All Season has got 4.5k views. And considering that's less than 10 minutes long, and in my opinion, because I was just starting out on it and I thought, well, this is never going to catch on, so I won't put any effort into it whatsoever. So I didn't, and you can clearly see that there is zero effort. But I just thought, well, I'll give it a go because this will last about 2 episodes, and then I'll dump it and think of something else. So yeah, and that was it. Yeah, it's got 4.5k views, but I think a lot of that is just because people start on that video when they're looking at the All Season, so it's the first one they go to. So yeah, but yeah, I'm very proud of the 4,500 views, considering that, as I say, I put zero effort into it just because I'd never done it before. It's brand new, and I'd seriously thought it's never going to go more than about 3 episodes. If anyone's seen my Cockney Dave doing Crash Bandicoot, you will know that I did 6 episodes of that, but only put 2 on YouTube because the first episode did really well, really lots of views. Second episode died on its arse, and I thought, oh well, fuck you, then I won't do anymore. How many views does Alex Gillian get? Well, he gets millions because he's a Facebook gamer, Facebook gaming. That's what you got to look at. Facebook gaming. He's brilliant lad. He gets loads of views on his, probably about a million a week, something like that. Yeah, great lad. Will says 1 a week. Oh, that many? Wowzers. I remember when I started my channel, I put my first video up, which is an F197 video. Yeah, I only put it up for a laugh. I got 4 views on that video, and I can remember my first thought when I saw 4 views on I was like, oh my God, I'm a celebrity. Oh God, those were the days. What does TB think about the Hookster being the slowest ERL controller player last season? Can we have some sad violin music, please? I haven't got any. Hang on, I'm sure I can find some sad violin music somewhere. Because this needs some sad violin music. Yes, let's see if I can find some. What will it be under? Sad. Sad music. Have we got any sad music? I can't see any on there. I've got so much shitty music, it's unbelievable. I use them all for YouTube, that's why. Come on, sad. Got sexy music. I don't think that's quite going to be the same thing, is it? No, I haven't got any sad music. Oh, what a shame. What a shame, because if any of you need some sad music, it's right now. No, can't find any sad music. Anyway, listen here, young man. Let's talk to TB about that. TB, how do you feel about the Hookster being the slowest controller driver on the FERL last season, Abu Dhabi? Don't do that. That's not funny, TB. Why are you doing that? Wanker. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fucking bears. TV! Will says the only Codemasters game I properly like are 2010, 2012, 2019 and 2020. Pretty much the same for me, Will. Well done. 2016 and 2018 were decent. Blindal Plessy says F1 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2016 were the only Codemasters F1 games I thought that were great. Yes, quite agree with you. Matthew says F1 2016 was the best F1 game I've played in my opinion. Yep, F1 2009 comes second. 2000... yeah, well... You're talking about the Wii version, I presume, not the PSP, because that's horrible. You've seen that on my channel. Oh, that was disgusting. I played F1 2006 on PS2 when on holiday in Cyprus. 2009 on the Wii, and also 2012 on the PC with a keyboard. That's too much dedication for me, a keyboard. And 2016, the current game on PS4. Will says, only did 3 chapters of Breaking Point and haven't played Breaking Point since August last year. There you go. That's how much it held your attention then, obviously. Scott Barnes says, on F1 2021, the curbs were soap. They surely were. Will says, F1 Championship Edition is the best F1 game ever released. I agree with you there. But Japan, do not touch those curbs, you spin everywhere. Yeah, Japan's horrible. It's horrible on all the Codemasters games, to be honest. Private places as I know in 2019, you'd have to be very careful going over Eau Rouge at Spa or else you'd spin and crash. Yes. Will says, Russell has lost his head the last 3 races. He has indeed. Also, you should get back to Twitter and reply to Ava's comments and answer him to his bloody... I should do. I'll find out in a minute whether he's replied or not. I very much doubt it because I'm just an insignificant little lad, so he's not going to reply to me, is he? No. He probably looks at all the replies and then looks up to see if these people are on YouTube, and he probably looks at it and says, what's this F1 game's PlayStation? How many subs has he got? 1.65k. Oh, fuck me. I'm not even going to bother replying to that fucking monkey. Will F1 says, New Dave was incredible in Abu Dhabi. Now listen, you lot out there. I just want to have a little word with you about this New Dave and Old Dave crap, okay? Pack it in. Old Dave isn't going anywhere, okay? I'm going to continue to be a mobile bus on the F1 games until I'm at least 65. So you're going to have to put up with it, okay? Mobile bus Dave, they're going to call me. I ain't going anywhere, okay? New Dave, well, he'll be a passing fad, then he'll be gone. So there you go. So shut up and just put up with it. Anyway, it's far more entertaining to have me out there on the track than it is not to have me out there on the track. It's far more entertaining, isn't it? Let's face it. I am not a YouTuber, but never go big straight away or you'll not get anywhere. Correct. Absolutely correct. Hello, Mr. Champ92. Welcome to the stream. He says, hello, race fans and Dave. Another season almost over. The new year was flying. Phew. Yes, it is. I forgot to say my line. Keep racing for life. How could I, gosh? Well, you've just said it, sir. So well done to you. So, what did I put at the title of this video? I've been running for 44 minutes and I've forgotten. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Right, so let's get F1 out of the way. First of all, I'd like to just I know it's been a few days now, so I'd like to add my condolences to the death of Dietrich Mateschitz of Red Bull. He was the one that basically made Red Bull the team that they are today. So well done to him for all those achievements. I was very happy to see Sebastian Vettel going to the Red Bull garage in the last Grand Prix and having a word with the lads there. That was a very nice gesture to do. And yes, very, very sad for Red Bull there. Now, cashgate. Now, I understand that the sort of what they're going to do about cashgate has been put off for a week because of what's happened with Red Bull. I could totally understand the reasoning for that. Yes, that's fine. But what you got to understand is they should have decided about this 3 weeks ago. So just putting it off one more week is not really going to endear yourself to the general public. You should have sorted it out weeks ago. There's no point in putting a cap on costs if you're not then, when one team allegedly goes over that cost cap, you're not going to do anything about it. You might just as well not have a cost cap there at all, to be honest. So that's my view on it. It should have been sorted out. If you're going to find the team, then just find the team. It's all to do with last year's championship anyway, so they're not going to reverse the decision of what happened with the championship, because there'll be an uproar and everyone will lose their shit on Twitter over it, so that's not going to happen. So just find the team, Red Bull, if they've been found to be in breach of the cost cap. They'll probably fine them a couple of million. That's what will happen, and just move on. But this continual dithering about, oh, well, we'll sort it out next week, it shows a very, very weak spine at the FIA, because they're reluctant to sort out their own rules. They put the cost cap in place so that the teams would not go over budget, because the big teams are ridiculous. They'll just keep spending and spending and spending, because they get the money basically from the prizes they get from the FIA for being so high up the grid. They just keep spending forever. It's like a bottomless pit of money, and they just keep spending and spending to get the car better and better and better. So unless you cap it, they will just keep spending it. But there's no point in putting a cap on if you're not going to enforce it. That's ridiculous. So sort it out, Formula One. I'd also like to congratulate Max Verstappen on finally winning the championship, because as far as I'm concerned, that winning it in Japan was a stupid thing anyway, and for me it just was a complete anticlimax. But this time in Texas, he did the job. He rightly deserved the championship anyway, so yeah, well done to Max for winning the championship, and so that was a good job from him. I have to say, that was a pretty exciting race as well, which is very unusual for a non-championship race as far as I call them. It was pretty exciting. I did like the Lance Stroll manoeuvre. I don't know what you'd call that, but I did enjoy it very much. I'm sure Fernando Alonso enjoyed it as well. Yes, but then they gave him a stupid 30-second penalty because his car wasn't fit to be on the circuit or something. But he still finished 7th with a car that wasn't fit to be on the circuit. I did see he lost a couple of aero panels, and someone on one of the chats did point out that, yeah, if you lose aero bits, it's deemed unfit for... I think that's a bit stupid, to be honest. When you come in after you've had... Obviously, you would have come in straight away because his front wing was missing. When you come in, okay, the lads, the mechanics, they know if the car's unfit for going back out or not. They would not send the car out if the suspension was completely damaged. They wouldn't send it out. Now, obviously, there's been mistakes in that regard to wheels, but wheels are quite a sort of flexible commodity, if you like, because you can't always be 100% sure whether the wheel's gone on, because it's something that you remove and then add back onto again. So there's going to be mistakes. But the car comes in and the suspension has got a big dent in it. The mechanics, when they're, because they always check the car over, even though it takes some seconds, they check it. They would have seen that there was damage to the car, or the driver would have reported. Fernando Alonso would have said, yeah, look, the car doesn't feel right, which is what they do, and then they say, all right, we'll quickly check the left-hand side there when you come in for your stop. They would have checked that out. I mean, go back to 1994 with the last round with Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher. Clearly, everyone could see that the suspension strut had been squashed flat, and then the mechanics came in. Now, God bless the mechanics. They tried their best to try and straighten that strut out. You could see them they were trying to make it whole again, but that wasn't going to happen because the whole of the suspension had gone up in the air, and because of that, it creased over on the suspension strut, and so it then went back down again, but it had this horrible crease in the middle, so the suspension is knackered. That first corner and that suspension would have just come off the car. But they tried their best. But as I say, they also knew that there was no way, despite their efforts, that they could send that car back out again. And that was it for Damon Hill and the championship. And as I say, these mechanics, they know if the car isn't fit for purpose. And in years gone by, there's been cars driving out there with bits of aero missing. And quite a few bits of aero missing. So I don't quite see the reason. Maybe because they're 22 cars and they rely more on the aero because of the ground effect, and that's why they have to be banned. I'm not quite sure, or get penalties. I'm not quite sure if that's the case. But I say in years gone past, cars have gone out there with bits of aero missing and they've still been able to complete the race. So it seems a bit of a strange decision from the FIA there. But there you go. That's been a whole year of strange decisions from the FIA, to be honest. But yeah, so congratulations to Seb, who would have got 8th place if it wasn't for the wheel sticking, but would have got 6th place, sorry, if it hadn't been for the wheel sticking, but ended up in 8th anyway. And Seb just seems so much more relaxed out on the circuit right now. He knows it's, you know, his final few races. He's just relaxing and enjoying it. And I have to say, he seems to be doing better because the pressure's off. Now, that happens a lot in top flight motorsports and any sport, really. As soon as you've got that pressure, because the pressure in any sport is immense, but as soon as that pressure is off, you do tend to do better. Yeah. Unless your name's Daniel Ricciardo, which I don't even know what's going on with Daniel Ricciardo, to be honest, but there you go. But yeah, so the pressure was off and he just seems to be enjoying the races, which is great to see. Absolutely great to see, has to be said. So there you go. That's all the Formula One news. Congratulations to Max. We've got a few more rounds left. We've got Mexico this weekend, of course. Yeah, we got Mexico, and should be Brazil then. I think, is it Brazil? And then Abu Dhabi to finish with, of course, the new circuit design, which is quite good this year. So that'll be something a little bit different. I can't remember if that was in last year's championship, the new circuit. I don't think it was, though, was it? Anyway, doesn't matter. It's in there this year, so that'll be quite good. And then that's the end of the championship. Yeah, and then next year, of course, we've got 24 rounds of the championship to bore us to death. It'll be like one of the old Star Trek TV shows. 24 rounds, and only about 6 will be really exciting. But yeah, there you go. So that's the end of the Formula One news. Congratulations to Red Bull for winning the championship. What else have I got on the title of my video? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Not a lot of people will know this, but it's the 27th of October today, and that means it's almost, in fact, the 28th if you live in England, because it's getting close to midnight. And I'd just like to say a very happy birthday to Vice City, which came out on the PlayStation 2 20 years ago this week on the 29th of October 2002. So well done to Vice City. One of my all-time favourite GTA games, mostly because it's full of 80s music. So obviously it's going to be one of my favourites. And the first time I loaded that game in and started hearing, I think it was Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, hugely inappropriate nowadays, but at the time, because 20 years ago, of course, he was still alive, and these allegations against him, I don't even think there was any 20 years ago. I'm not quite sure. May have been, but if they were, they were only just sort of rumbling on. He was still about doing concerts, I think, 20 years ago, wasn't he? So yeah, hearing Michael Jackson's Billie Jean right at the start of the game, and it was right at the start, just basically after the cutscene. It was the first song that was playing, I think, as you got into your car or your little moped and had a little trundle around Vice City to see what was going on. Oh, it was just magical. And then the rest of the game was just full of 80s music, and I loved it. Vice City had that sort of vibe that none of the other games have been able to recreate, not even sort of San Andreas, which was a good game. It was a little bit too long, in my opinion, to be honest, and there was a little bit too much to do. But it's still a good game, but of course didn't have the 80s music, mostly the 90s. So you had the grunge and the Happy Monday songs and all that. So it didn't really appeal to me as much. But yeah, Vice City, absolutely beautiful game. And of course, featuring quite possibly one of the greatest actors and underrated actors of a generation, Mr. Ray Liotta, who has sadly passed away, which is very sad that he didn't get to appreciate, because I'm sure he would have got a lot of appreciation for the fact that the game's 20 years old on the 29th And yes, a very underrated actor was Ray Liotta. Really was. Absolute brilliant actor, in my opinion anyway. And he, of course, was the main character of Tommy Vercetti. Yes, Tommy Vercetti. And most of those lines in the game were ad-libbed, as I've read quite a few years ago. Most of them were ad-libbed, but I mean, he had a script, but he used to deviate so many times off the scripts. I think they just ripped it up in the end and said, just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. And that's what he did. So yeah, well done to Ray Liotta. He really brought life to that character, a life that we hadn't seen before, because of course in GTA 3, Claude, who was the unofficial name of your character, was completely silent, never said a word. So yeah, to suddenly bring it, life as he was a speaking character in Vice, it was the cherry on the top. It really was, and it was great to have him as a playable character, I have to say. A lot of supporting cast in that game as well, which was great. You had Ricardo Diaz. A lot of great names were doing the voices in that game. I just absolutely loved it. And of course, you had the neon lights, when it went dark, which was great. And it just had that complete 80s vibe to it. As I was there in the 80s, and I've got great affection for the 80s, I just love that game to death. I might actually start playing it again from Saturday. I might give it another go because I just loved it so much. And of course, it's 20 years. I can't believe it is 20 years, to be honest, but it is. 20 years have passed since that game first came out. It feels more like about 10, to be honest. Certainly doesn't feel like 20, but 20 it is. So there you go. So congratulations and happy birthday. I think it's Saturday, isn't it? Saturday, 29th, Vice City, 20 years old. Fantastic. Really great game. Loved it. Will says, ring Nick tonight, Dave. Okay, I will. Just Jamer says, new Dave hasn't passed all the tests yet. That's right, he hasn't. Glory to Putin says, can't watch for too long, not at home. So, well, welcome along anyway. Champ 92 says, yeah, Godspeed. Dietrich Mateschitz always one lap ahead of us. Yep, absolutely. Scott Barnes says, Fernando says it was a racing accident. There I love both drivers and glad both were unharmed. But yes, I blame Lance on that one. 75% blame to Lance, but a bit of a miscommunication between both drivers. Yeah, it was Lance's fault, but it was. I wouldn't say, it certainly wasn't done on purpose. It was just a very late move. That's all you can say, really. It was just a very late move. And Fernando Alonso, don't forget, of course, with these new cars, with the ground effect and the fact that they always said, didn't they? Ross Brawn said when these cars first came out that it'd be like the wind would be able to suck you in as you got closer and closer to the car. There was probably no way Fernando Alonso could have got out of that slipstream anyway and avoided him because he was fully committed. And so there you go. But yeah, it was still a racing incident as far as I'm concerned. But Lance he made that move just a fraction too late. If he'd done it a little bit earlier, Fernando would have just been able to go, whoa, 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 and jumped out of the way. But he was just too late and he couldn't do anything about it. So smacked into him. But yeah, both drivers okay. So that's the most important thing. Will says Vettel could have finished 5th even. He could have done. Champ says many athletes tend to crack under pressure, but there are also a few who can even under-deliver, and these are the champions. Yes, I agree with you. Will F1 says Abu Dhabi track changes were for 2021. They were they? Okay, yeah. I couldn't quite remember whether we had them last year because I think I fell asleep through Abu Dhabi last year. No, wait, it was Abu Dhabi. Oh, it's all that controversy. No, I definitely wasn't asleep through that one then. Probably because of everything that was going on with Lulu and Maxi Boy that I just sort of didn't take much notice of what the actual track design was. So there you go. That's my excuse anyway. Codemaster just couldn't be bothered to update the track. Oh, so it was the old track that we had on 2021. Okay, I'm with you. I thought it was actually. That's what I was getting confused. So in real life, it was updated in 2021. The game, it wasn't. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Champ 92. Oh, I got Jamie, and you can get it for free at the moment. Wowzers! Nice. Champ 92 says, I also used to play GTA games next to racing games in my free time. Nowadays I have much less time and interest, but I love the GTA series, played them all. Yes, me included. I actually loved GTA 4. A lot of people still love that game. I loved it as well. It had a gritty realism that GTA 5 sadly lacking, I have to say. And even though it's a sequel, sadly lacking. And GTA 4 was just a thoroughly decent game. And I'll say it had that sort of gritty realism that I preferred over the more sort of slapstick GTA 5, to be honest. Grand Theft Auto is just a must. Yes. Plays on HT. Thank you. Can you do more short videos? They're great, especially with TB. I can, Matt. I can. Just for you. Just for you. Checo Perez will win the Mexican Grand... What's this? We got Dominic Orlando in the house now. Checo Perez will win the Mexican Grand Prix. Will he really? Okay then. Will F1 says, Dom. Hello, Will. Hello, everyone. Champ says, yes, GTA 4 and 5 were very cool. Yes, they were. Are you cooking anything, Dom? Probably that shitty old chicken again that usually cooks. Anyway, hello, oh my God, I've been waffling for an hour again. God. You know, I try to make these segments about 20 minutes. 20 bloody minutes. And it's gone into an hour. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right. It's time for our favourite part of the show. It's time to invite some guests on. Yes. Like we always do. Every single week. Ba, 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 ba. Right, first of all, Will in the chat wants me to invite Nick on. I'm going to do that. If stupid Facebook decides to load. Now, exciting news! I've done a bit of a voiceover video for someone's YouTube video, so check that out. Well, you'll hear about it because I'll be posting about it everywhere anyway. So there you go. Should be available soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe at the weekend. But don't worry, I'll post about it. Yeah, I'm a guest sort of commentator on the video. There you go. Right, I've got to turn my beautiful face off. Everyone goes, yes, yes. Oops, don't put that on the screen, Dave. That's it, mate. Put that over there. I've got to turn my beautiful face off. Right, he wants me to ring Nick. We'll do that. He won't answer, but we'll ring him anyway. Oh, I can take my headphones out.
What's up, Hookster? Oh, Jesus Christ, Dom.
I can't see him. Ah.
Jesus Christ, Dom.
Oh. Oh my God. This is Hookster Talks. I thought this was a different show.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my goodness. Well, how are you gentlemen doing this fine afternoon as I sizzle some salmon in the oven?
How am I doing? A lot better than your cooking skills.
Oh. Dawn, you're outside.
Yes, because I'm not home.
Oh, whereabouts are you?
Friend's house.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
And I was actually standing out in the garage when Hookster called.
Cool. So Hookster, what topics do you have us to have a pleasant discourse today? Vice City. Oh wow. I think I thought I had a copy of Vice City, but the disc was all scratched. I think I just ended up donating it.
Yeah, I still have my PS2 copy. Works good as new.
No, I've played Vice City a bunch with my neighbor across the street.
I will still say out of those, I will still say out of my favorite 3 on PS2, 3 gets my vote for best. I just like 3 the best out of all of them. It's probably the one I played the most, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've only ever played Vice City. That's it. Never played any other Grand Theft Auto game. No.
But
Okay. Here we go. So listen, I'll be honest.
I hope you're honest.
So I had a PlayStation 2 growing up as a kid, but my mom didn't let me play violent video games. And so the only time I was able to play Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So anyways, the only time I was allowed to play violent video games was over at my friend's house, and he had Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And so, yeah, we would just spend an afternoon like driving the cars around, driving over people. Yeah, it was pretty wild. We also would love to do those cheat codes. I remember in the early 2000s going online and looking up all these cheat codes, or like looking in the manual to see the cheat codes. Sorry, yeah.
I was saying, no, while you're on the cheat code topic, sorry to interrupt. I can still remember the cheat codes by heart for GTA 3.
Damn, that's pretty impressive.
Like the weapons, everything. Armor, health. Remember them all. The raise and lower most wanted levels.
Yeah, those ones we used to do. What were you going to say, Hookster? Yes. Okay. Uh, you're gonna laugh at my answer, but
No shit. We're gonna
maybe,
laugh regardless.
maybe only once or twice my friend showed me. But our favorite thing to do, we used to go to the mall and enter a cheat code that would make it was called Ladies Man. So it would make all the girls in the area chase after you, and we would try to like run away from the girls. It was so funny. Yeah, but I don't think I think maybe only once or twice my friend showed me that. Yeah. Yeah,
But anyway,
see.
what?
Uh,
But yeah, what do you guys think that's gonna happen with the going over the cap? This deal that the FIA and Red Bull came up with
yeah,
that's
I don't
gonna
know.
go public on Friday.
Uh, well, it sets a very interesting precedent for the rest of the teams in Formula One. If Red Bull gets away with this, then the other teams are going to overspend and start overspending and
That's
disrespecting
why
the cap. Yeah.
That's one thing I agree. You might not like Lewis Hamilton, but I totally agree with like if going over the cap is just going to be a slap on the wrist, there shouldn't even be a cap.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then it's a matter of, well, how much do you go over the cap? You know what I mean? Like how much over is acceptable versus how much over is just like lunacy. You know what I mean? And welcome, Jamie. Jamie, yeah.
But no, like, what's up, Jamie?
I
But yeah,
really,
like Dave, like when we talked about last week, though, like as far as doing something about last year or whatever, you can't be deciding championships 10 months later, like we talked about last week. So you can't be doing that. But
You were.
I hear you.
Yeah, I
Dave,
can
You
hear
sound
you, Dave.
lower. You're
Dave, that's the
lower
only
all of a
reason I was
sudden.
gonna join you. No one on YouTube can hear you, Dave.
Anyway, what's up, Jamie?
Right, man.
Hello? Is that better?
Can't hear you in here now either.
Hello?
Yeah, now we can't hear you in.
Hello?
Well, I can still hear everybody. I can't hear Dave.
Yeah,
Hello?
that's what we're talking about.
Hello?
Oh, there
Now
we
we
go.
hear you.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, sorry, it muted my microphone for a second there. It's stupid. I've only literally got to just touch it like that and it goes off. It's really, really sensitive. But anyway, I'm back, everyone.
Lovely.
Yeah, don't sound too enthusiastic, will you? Fucking
it.
hell.
God
I'm back,
damn it.
everyone.
Jamie looks like he's ready for bed.
Great. Great, yeah. Fucking tosser. Now tell me, Dom, tell me, why have you decided tonight not to murder a chicken?
No, I've decided to murder a salmon tonight.
A salmon?
And so I've cooked up a nice little salmon dinner for myself. And hold on, let me flip the camera around here. Yeah, any questions? It looks like Jamie's got a question.
I was going to say, why have you got 4 bits of salmon when there's only you?
Well, because I plan on eating maybe 2 now and 2 later kind of thing. It's just, a dinner for one. And the package came in 4, so I just cooked them all at once.
Second question.
Yeah.
Did you used to play GTA Vice City at your friend's house because your mum wouldn't let you play it?
Yes, Jamie, that's exactly it.
And,
Yeah, I told the lads already that was the case.
Okay. Yeah. That game's free on the PlayStation 5 now, by the way.
Really?
Wow.
Oh shit! I might, I might download that then, just for shits and giggles.
No, don't tell your mum.
Anyway,
Oh,
Jamie, since you weren't there for this Monday's season finale ERL race, Dave
Correct.
is jealous because I invited a new member to the ERL whose name is also Dave.
Oh yeah, we got new Dave, Jamie. We got new Dave.
I did see that, but you know, he hasn't passed all the tests yet.
Yeah, he's got to pass the Joseph David Plant Pot test, doesn't he? I understand that may involve I don't know, some kind of activity in the bedroom. Apparently, so I've heard. That's how
Finger up the
we
butt.
all got in, wasn't it, Jamie?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Don, have you never passed the test with Joseph?
Oh, he's had more than that.
No.
Oh my! What about you? Oh, wait a minute, Dom. I know he's passed the test with Joseph. The amount of times he spoons with him, I know he's passed the test, ain't ya?
Yeah, well, I had to do a lot of testing though.
Yeah, I bet you did. You
Yeah,
dirty
we
little
know.
bugger.
That's when Joe was
He's gonna-
wearing his
he'll-
auto uniform
he'll-
that we were talking about earlier.
Next time he goes to Joe's, he'll ace another test.
Yeah.
When is the next time you're going to Joe's, Dom?
How about this weekend?
I'll be at Martinsville this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm leaving at by 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Meaning Friday.
Amy was going to ask me. Amy was going to ask me a minute ago to ask my American friend something. I didn't really want to disappoint her and tell her you're Canadian. Doesn't really count.
Nice plate, Dom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, he said he was going to eat 2. It looks like he's eating 3.
Yeah.
He's going to eat them all.
Anyway, how's Harrison, Jamie?
Because they just do. Sorry, I was having a weird. Apparently, Americans don't eat fish.
I love fish.
Yeah, fish is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dom's American. I don't know what. Dom's.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah, I said.
He said
I said
dog,
Dom.
you jackass.
Jesus Christ! I hate it when you two are in the same fucking chat. Honestly. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah. All right. So Don is American. He loves fish. Dom is Canadian. He does sound American because he's not even really Canadian. He's like some French, Italian, Canadian inbred. Who's currently eating fish. So,
I was bred normally.
That's a good way to put it, Jamie.
yeah. And yeah, Harrison's good. Thank you, Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. He's just gone to bed.
Can I ask a question, Dom?
How old are you now? Weber Jansen? Jamie?
Hey, what?
I said, how old is he now?
Oh, I thought you said, how old are you now? How
No,
old is
I
he?
said,
now?
how...
How old is he now? Good question. What's the date today?
27th.
The 28th? The 27th. Yeah.
So he's about 2 months. Yeah, 8 weeks.
Already.
It'll actually be 8 weeks tomorrow, I think. No. Well, he was born on the 30th of August. He was born. So yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, already. And then Archie's 5 already on Thursday coming. And then I'm 37 already the Thursday after that. Oh, that's
I gotta wait
shocking,
till
isn't it?
May before I turn 33.
Look at Dave's face. It's shocking, isn't it, Dave?
All these old geezers in the chat. It's ridiculous now.
So now we,
I'd have
we
to
have a
stop.
Dave in the ERL that competes for podiums, and one that finishes as one of the cabooses.
Yeah, you really need to tell your mate to pull his socks up, because he was letting the side down on Monday. He really needs to, put a bit more performance in because he was sadly lacking, I have to say. Old Dave was still on top, as always, and new Dave was not. So
I don't know. One Dave finished third, one finished like 10th.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a minute, Don. What was that you said? Old Dave finished third. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and
No.
new Dave didn't finish at all. Yeah, I remember that as well. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
No, that's not what happened.
Seriously, that's what happened. Dom, can I ask a question? Have you ever heard of a vegetable?
Have I ever heard of a Mexican?
No, a vegetable. I've never ever seen you. You cook all this meat and that's all you have. You just eat meat. Don't you ever had vegetables with it or anything like that? Potato?
Potatoes, yeah, I eat potatoes.
Oh, really, potatoes.
I don't eat
What
as
about
much
vegetables?
potatoes right now.
What about vegetables? Broccoli? Carrots? Peas?
In a soup, yeah, I'll have carrots and peas if it's in a soup.
Who the fuck eats broccoli? Broccoli is disgusting.
Broccoli?
I agree with you, Don.
Oh, no.
You know what? Spinach is fucking disgusting.
Spinach, yeah, I
Asparagus
agree
is
with spinach,
disgusting.
yeah. Broccoli, it's the vegetable of gods. It really is.
No, broccoli is fucking gross.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, Dave.
Maybe
Dave,
if you eat the
Amy
broccoli.
made it for me the other day. I had to eat it just to be polite.
Maybe if you dip like that cheddar cheese sauce on broccoli, maybe it's a little tolerable. But other than that, no.
No, I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I love broccoli.
Dave, remember to read the comments.
Oh, yeah. I should do that, shouldn't I? I keep forgetting.
How's that salmon or whatever fish you're fucking eating, Dom?
Oh, the salmon, salmon's not my favorite thing, but I just wanted to make something other than chicken this time. So, yeah, it's okay. It's like a 6 out of 10.
I'll say my favorite fish is catfish, to be honest.
Catfish, that's one I haven't tried.
Right, let's look at the comments then. Matthew says, I can't cook for my life, I just chuck it in the oven. Will F1 says, you've been on 1 hour and you discussed nothing. Yeah, that's pretty much Hookster Talks, yeah. Matthew also says, when's next Dream Daddy episode?
Oh, yeah.
I love the squinching with Joseph in the last one, apparently. Well, there you go.
I thought you finished that, Dom.
I only got one ending, Jamie. There's like 7 endings or something like that.
Oh.
I gotta date all the daddies, Jamie. What's wrong with that?
Oh.
Champ 92 says, Tommy Vassetti, yes. And Matthew says, do you feed Daisy in the leftovers?
Do I do what with leftovers?
Do you feed any to Daisy?
Yeah, I feed a little bit to Daisy sometimes, but not too often.
So, Dom, you're home by yourself?
Yeah.
Do they actually trust you in the house by yourself?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's all right. He's got a panic alarm in case he gets into trouble. And you're Dom. Just underneath his shirt, he's got one of those old lady panic alarms. So he just big red button just presses it.
Don't have a fear, like if they come back, your house won't be standing.
Whenever I run out of toilet paper, there's a big red button next to the toilet that I have to hit, and it sets the fire alarm off.
Exactly. Yeah, I can imagine it does. Matthew says, how much would you sell that salmon for?
How much would I sell it for? Well, I bought it for. I bought the package for like maybe 14 Canadian dollars ish. So I would probably sell all 4 of these little skillets for it's like $6-7 each, so 28 bucks for the 4.
Nice. Just to everyone in the chat, I am reading all the messages, but I'm just reading out the ones in relation to the people in the chat at the moment. I'll get back to the other ones that you sent me after the stream. Okay, just to let you know, I'm not ignoring everyone, and only reading out some people's, because I'm not like that. I'm not total. What do they call it? Anyway, something like that. So Matt says, how's the gym sessions going? Wow, Dom's getting popular today, isn't he? How's the gym sessions going, Dom? I only really do fitness exercises to help with my soccer refereeing. Can't be asked to do anything too physical.
Well, yeah, I mean the gym is going okay. I feel Jesus, this is like a questionnaire for me. But,
yeah, you love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going okay.
That's what happens. Clowns are always the most popular.
Is that why you're wearing black, Dom, once again, to make yourself look slimmer?
Yeah, I only buy small T-shirts now.
Bella. Sorry, I've got bloody fire going off. Fucking. I can't even see her now. Bella, in.
I've just got this image in my head now of Dom at his mate's house, saying to himself now, shall I pick up a prostitute or not?
Yeah, it was a big deal back in the early 2000s playing Vice City.
Yeah, but the best thing about that was, Dom, you pick up the prostitute, do the business, yeah, let her out of the car, then run her over and get the money back.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot that they dropped the money.
They dropped the money, yeah. That's what you always should do that, yeah. And before anyone complains in the chat, it's just a game. It's just a game.
Just a game. Just a game.
Just a game.
Don't tell Dom's mum.
I'll tell you what, we've all got a lot to be grateful for Dom's mum, haven't we, lads?
Should we?
Yeah, because without Dom's mum, Dom wouldn't have any sisters, would he, lads?
And
we want to be grateful for that, don't we, lads?
Oh, Lord.
What are you drinking? Perrier?
Perrier.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't drink soda anymore, Dave. I just drink sparkling water now.
Oh.
Dave, I thought it was quite amusing.
No
Dave,
comment.
Before you invited us on the call, you opened up the ERL chat.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm always
ju-
doing it.
Yeah, and it just had the last message I sent of the picture and the bloke with one arm saying that's the last time I wank off a lion.
Yeah, I did see that, Jamie, but I was just about to start the stream, so I couldn't reply to it. But yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll get back to you when I can.
I like the one before. Did you see that costume as well?
Yeah.
I thought that was like that. That was funny.
Are you going to eat that last one, Dom, or not?
No, I'm full.
What?
It's not like he can send it to you, Dave. You're like asking. It's like you're asking your mate Saturday.
Hey, are you gonna finish that? Like,
You gonna finish
later
that?
I will, Dave. Yes.
I'm just gonna reach my hand in now and grab it off you. Here we go. Look.
Listen, I would ship you over the salmon, but it would probably be faster if one swam up to you.
Yeah, probably taste a bit better as well. Time you got here.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I don't know. It depends if you're going to catch it out the Medway or not, Dave.
Well, yeah, that's true. It'd be just as bad. Oh. But seriously, Dom, Perrier over here, that's like royal water. That is, I'll tell you, it's so expensive.
Yeah, I try to buy it on sale because it is a little pricey.
It is really.
The other one,
Yeah, like at Walmart, where I work, we only sell the 6-packs. I mean, there's smaller bottles than that, but I forget the price for ours. I don't really look at the price tag because I know where the shit goes on the shelf. So
What's that new water from Thingy?
I forget how much they are.
No, it's like an energy drink, isn't it? Who is it? Paul Logan.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Jamie. Yeah, that bloke sells it in his shop, doesn't he, for $16 or whatever?
Yeah,
just because it's endorsed by Paul Logan. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like Logan Paul or
Logan
the other
Paul,
one.
Yeah, Logan Paul, that was him.
And the other one's the black fellow. I can't remember his name. What's his bloody name? But yeah, they're like energy drinks, like sold out like everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's now selling for like £50 a bottle on eBay.
I know, ridiculous.
It's called Bliss or something. Is it Bliss or
something like that? I'm
not down with all these fads.
Nah, me neither.
All right, lads. How about we get some podium predictions for this weekend?
Oh yes, let's do that.
Oh god, it'd be good to talk about something, wouldn't it? I was going to go and play Battlefield 4 with Ollie, I still am going to go and play Battlefield 4 with Ollie, but I only come in here to tell Davies that no one could hear him.
Well, thanks for that, Jamie. I've sorted it out now, so we're doing good. Yeah. You go play Battlefield with Ollie. That's all right. It's all right. You go and leave. I know I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be all right. I've still got Dom and Don, the two Dons.
I'll do the predictions.
Right, and do the predictions.
All right, Jamie can go first.
Where's the? Oh, it's Mexico, isn't it?
Mexico, isn't it?
Okay. Max, and then. Oh, it's not going to be too much different from last week.
No, not really.
Max, Lewis, and it's like trying to take your pick out of who's not going to fuck up the most.
Yep.
I don't know. How did Chico get on in Mexico last year? Did he have an accident last year?
Oh, blimey,
I think he got third.
Third. So says Dom.
He got third.
Got third. There you go.
Was it? You sure it wasn't Botas that got third?
No, last year? No, I think Sergio got third.
I thought
Max won. Lewis was second.
Yeah, remember Lewis?
I thought Checo was doing well when his car fucked up.
I think he had a problem earlier in the race, but then Checo was catching Lewis towards the end, but he never ended up passing him. But he was still on the podium. He was still third.
I would like him to be up there, but I don't know. He's not been on it at all recently. I'd go with I think Sainz third.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. Checo was third. Hamilton was second last year, and Maxi got it.
Yeah, Max ran away with it.
Yeah.
He will do this
seconds.
Week as well.
Unfortunately.
Oh no! Stop crying! Stop crying! Oh.
I just want to fucking win this year somehow, some way, somehow.
Poor Lulu.
Poor Lulu.
Man. He was close last
That was
week.
heartbreaking, losing the lead that late.
Max is gonna
I mean, granted, Lewis got the lead because of the disastrous pit stop for Verstappen, but that still sucked losing the lead with like 5 to go.
It was good. It was good to see them have a battle. Like they had a little bit of a race with each other. That was actually nice to see.
Yeah.
Look, he's eating a 7.
I think it would have been a little better if they put Lewis on mediums.
Maybe, but then if they'd done that, he wouldn't have been there in the first place, would he? Really?
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I don't think it would have made a difference either way. Max's car is just so fast compared to the rest of the field.
Especially down the straights.
But my prediction...
And that's all Sector 1 at Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis does better in like the twisty bit, doesn't he? Like...
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Max, unfortunately, Lewis second. I'm gonna say basically the same exact podium twice in a row. Leclerc third. Because you can always rely on, Ferrari either have reliability issues or they can't get the strategy right to save their ass.
Yeah.
So something's going to go wrong for Ferrari at some point. Never fails.
Or George Russell would drive into one of them, but you know.
See, while you're on that, I honestly, that lap 1 incident at Austin, I blame that on Sainz, to be honest, because and here's why.
What? Because he was
if
turning
you notice,
because
Jamie, if you noticed, Sainz also turned back to the left on the exit to try and get to the left of Max. So Sainz also turned back to the left. If Sainz stayed to the right of the track, like Max did, George would have never hit Sainz.
While that's true, it's still a fundamental rule that it's the car behind's responsibility to make sure that the overtake is safe. So, Sainz did take a weird line, like you said. He tried to kind of cut under Max Verstappen on the left, so he took a very odd shape out of the corner. But it's still Russell's responsibility to avoid an incident and be in control of his car. And he locked up going down the inside and just plowed into him.
That's I agree with the first part, but as you say, like, Sainz is doing that, never expecting, because he obviously at that stage he can't see he can't see in his mirrors. Even if he turned his head slightly to the left, he's not even going to see Russell's car there. Like, there's there's no way he turned that corner expecting anyone to be there, or at least like thinking if they was, they'd slow down. No, Russell just fucked up, man. He was just trying to get ahead of. If he'd pulled it off, he would have jumped up about 4 positions, I think, like going down. But it was just stupid.
Yeah, it was very risky.
He doesn't understand yet that you're never going to win the race in that first corner, does he? Do you know what I mean?
You're talking about Russell?
Yeah. Yeah, he don't. I don't know. It's not the first time at the moment that he's had a bit of a shunt with someone.
Well, you guys ready for my prediction? Here we go. All right.
We've not had that yet.
Yes and no, Dom.
In third place, I think it's going to be Lewis. In second place, it's going to be Max. And in first place, the heart of Mexico, it'll be Checo. Checo. Remember, he's got a fresh engine. He's got a brand new engine for this race. And I think that was a strategic call from Red Bull. in order to give Sergio Perez the best chances of winning. They've locked up the Drivers' Championship. They've locked up the Constructors' Championship. Now they want to give Checo a win at home, and this is the time to do it. They've set everything up perfectly.
That's
Let's
actually a
go
good point, Dom. That is actually a good point. Personally, I'll take anybody winning except for Max.
Yeah, I think Sergio's got the best chance this weekend.
Max still wants the most wins in a season, though.
That's why I said I'll take a win from anybody except Max.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Dave, what about you? You're last.
Well, that's nothing unusual, is it?
Yeah, just like his finishes on Monday nights.
Well, for my predictions, I'm going to assume that just before qualifying starts, I have a complete mental breakdown. So I'm going to say, first place, Nicholas Latifi. Second place, 16 seconds behind in qualifying, Lance Stroll. And my third place prediction is Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
Now is Gotifi going to remember where the racetrack is this weekend?
He always knows where the track is.
I don't understand how you fucked that up.
Now wait, hang on a minute. That's Latifi. Isn't he Canadian by any chance? Let's go to Dom. Dom, could you fill us in? Is he Canadian, Nicholas Latifi?
You want to hear a fun fact, Dave?
Yeah.
Nicholas Latifi actually grew up about 30 to 40 minutes away from my house.
That explains a lot.
That explains why Dom's away here.
Yeah.
It tells you the truth about fucking Canadians.
And where did Lance Stroll grow up?
Montreal, I think. Well, in Quebec.
Nowhere near you then.
Nowhere close to me.
Nowhere near you then.
Yeah, I think he's Quebec, isn't he? He's still an awful driver.
So
as well.
that's why he's better than Nicholas Latifi, is it?
Yeah, I guess.
Only marginally, Dave.
Well, yeah. When we say better, it's a very small sort of margin of betterness. We're talking about when you're right down the back of the field, better, not up there at the top.
Yeah. The only reason Jacques Villeneuve was good is because he was French.
That's true. Are all your French Canadians better than normal Canadians, Dom?
I would say so in some ways more than others, but yeah.
So
I would say so.
How many French Canadians have you got in Canada? I hear it's quite a few.
Well, yeah, they all live in either Quebec or Ottawa, so I mean
millions.
Yeah, everybody from pretty much everybody outside of the main cities in Quebec will speak French almost exclusively.
So anyway, did you guys hear with next year the first Saturday night race, from Saturday night for me and Dom at Vegas, did you see the starting ticket prices?
No.
Tickets starting at $500 is the cheapest ticket.
Just for the race.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I see. When they went to Miami, what I saw ridiculous, and this is the reason why. Number one, I need at least 3X. Every time I look on the F1 store, I only see 2X. But when I saw the merchandise, a picture of from somebody on Facebook, and the merchandise hauler at Miami, it was like $120 for a hat. That F1, see, I love F1, but I'll never probably go to. It's just too fucking expensive.
Yeah,
like
it would worry me. Not just the merchandise, but the price of food would probably also be really expensive.
Yeah, like I ordered, when last year when I ordered my Lewis Hamilton hat. It was like $60-something. So
Don, how much do you reckon my Red Bull jacket was?
where did you order from the F1 site?
From Red Bull's official site.
What material is it?
I don't really know what you guys call it, but it's like it's like a rain mac.
Polyester, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe polyester. Yeah.
If I had a guess, going by these F1 prices, now this is US dollars, I would say about 200.
That's probably I don't know how much that is in UK money now.
Getting
Maybe
past
around
the 250, Jamie.
120 pounds, maybe?
Yeah, well, it's short. Yeah, it was £140, £145.
So that's probably about 250 US.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think of like comparing it to NASCAR prices, like their uniform jackets are like 150 for the good ones. So, and F1's more expensive. So I'm just trying to guess, like, based on what the other F1 prices are. That's why I came up with about 200.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it is crazy. It's a lot of money.
It'd probably be about 350 if you bought it at a race.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Luckily, I got my mum to buy it for me for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember if it was my birthday or Christmas, one of them. But yeah, bloody stupid amount of money.
But anyway, guys, I'm probably gonna have to get off.
Yep, me
Yeah,
too, everyone.
my-
So I just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining me on another Hookster Talks. We've had a full lot, well, almost. We can get 8 in here, but I've never actually got 8 in here. But thank you anyway to everyone. To let's make sure I get the spelling right. To Don and to Dom and to Jamie. He's off to play Battlefield now, so well done with that. And
All
yes,
right, yeah.
thank you very
Thanks
much,
for having
lads.
us on another episode.
And I'll see you
Okay.
guys next week. I
Yeah.
probably won't join you guys for your fun Monday night because there's no league race and I'll just be getting home from Martinsville. So
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing yet, do we, lads? What are we doing? No one.
no.
Nah.
No, I'm
Don't
away. I'm at Joe's house this Monday.
Oh God. Well, that's you out of the equation as well.
Well,
isn't
we
it?
know
So,
what they're doing. Dave, we know what they're doing.
Yeah, we know what they're
We
doing.
don't need to
Spooning.
talk about that.
Spooning.
Going trick or treating.
Yeah, with each other, Jamie. With each other. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Trick or treat, Joseph. Trick or
What
treat.
they're gonna do is Joe's gonna dress up as the altar boy and Dom the priest, and Dom's gonna chase Joe around town.
Oh
Well,
God.
On that note, I am going to
On
head
that
off,
note, we
guys.
should possibly go.
Alright.
Yeah, before I get banned by YouTube.
Later.
Thank you, everyone, and good night. Thank you. Bye bye.
Laters.
There you go, everyone. That was another Hookster Talks. Let's just go to the messages that I say. I was only reading the ones out relating to the chat, but I know there was quite a few there. Champ92 says, I played Vice City on my PS2, which I still have. The aim on the PC version is better, but it depends on how you aim as well. Yes. I had a whole list of cheat codes for GTA San Andreas, but playing the storylines without cheating, of course. Of course, yes. Otherwise, I play a lot of Formula 1, old rally games, NASCAR games, and most of this day, Gran Turismos as well, of course, yes. I'm currently doing GT7 myself. Matthew says he can hear me now. Well done. Need for Speed as well, but Need for Speed is not the same these days. Yeah, I did one Need for Speed that was free on the PlayStation a little while ago, and I just couldn't get into it, so I had to delete it because it was just wasn't Need for Speed as far as I was concerned. Helium Trophies in the chat. Hello, sir. Welcome along. He says, replying to Arava, no, Arava, I think they should add new sofas and carpets personally. That will sure improve the gameplay. Love it. Love it. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. More sofas. Just recently uploaded Total Immersion Racing intro. This game is highly underrated. My channel has tons of old intros. So everyone, go check out Champ92 on YouTube, of course. Where else? Matthew says going to miss a few races next season due to uni deadlines coming up, but we'll catch up on streams. Well, yes, that's more important than racing on a Monday night, man. Definitely. Definitely. Old but gold, lads. Old but gold. Timeless. Scott says tomatoes. New Dave has as many podiums in one race and I have in 87 ERL races. I know. It's sickening, isn't it? Sickening. Life is also just a game. Yes, it is. No risk, no bloody fun, folks. Money can't replace adrenaline. That feeling of survival. Oh, Mr. PAS36 Fun. New a dating site for all tastes and ages. Wowzers. Well, he's done it 3 times just to let us all know. Well done. And Matthew's been a member for 6 months. Scott Barnes says KSI. Yeah, that was the energy drink. I remember that now. Prime. I beg Checo to win. Hamilton first, Verstappen second, Leclerc third. Will says, nah, Hamilton ain't winning unless Max has some issue. Stop crying, Don. Bye, Lulu. Bye, Lulu. Predictions. Okay, 1 Verstappen, 2 Perez, 3 Hamilton. My heart wants Checo to win this race, but my mind says Verstappen. But who knows, maybe Max will let Checo have a go. Could be. Well, it'd be very gracious if he did actually let him win the race, I have to say, because, you know, he's done the championship. It's all wrapped up, so why would he? Why would he not do that? I know he's trying to go for most wins of the season, but he's still got Brazil and Abu Dhabi to get at. So if I was Max, I'd do the decent thing. But there you go. Will says Verstappen, Perez and Hamilton. So sad that Russell took out Sainz last time at Austin. Gosh, how unnecessary. Yes, it was. Hey, Will, we share the same prediction. High five. Don, stop moaning. Hamilton is better than Russell this season. Yes, he is. Russell has been driving like a rookie recently. Russell's fault 100%. Will says, nah, Hamilton was shit early in the season. Just awful as if his head is not even in the race. Russell has been shit recently, says Will, and both drivers have been a bit disappointing since the summer break. Yes, I agree, says Champ92. Not only that, Jamie, but his behaviour. I really can't stand him sometimes. He needs to man up for his mistakes. Yes. Will once again, says Dom, stop crying. Nicholas bloody Gatifi for the win. Yes. Noob job. Matthew says food prices at F1 are ridiculous, and that's 2017 Silverstone. We decided to eat outside of the track, far too expensive. Yeah, I agree. Silverstone in general is too expensive from what I've seen, read and heard. Out of this world and way over the top. And the thing is, you spend all that money, especially like Silverstone, you spend all that money to go there, and then it ends up as a completely crap race, and you think, why do I even bother? Because just watch it on the telly. So that's a shame. I know you go there for the atmosphere, but you can sort of get where I'm coming from. You know, if it ends up a bad race, it's just like, ugh, wish I hadn't spent all the money now. Champ92 says, ciao guys, it was awesome to see and heard you all again. Cheers folks, take care and peace out. Keep racing for life. So there you go. There's all the comments. I'd just like to say thank you everyone for joining me tonight in the messenger. We had Jamie, of course, Don and Dom. I've got to get the names right, of course. And in the chat, we had Champ92, Matthew D'Souza, Will F1. Helium Trophy was in there as well. Scott Barnes was in there. PAS36, whoever that was in there. Have I missed anyone? No, Helium Trophy, I just said. Yep, Matthew D'Souza. Champ92 was in there. Will F1 was in there. Dominic Orlando was in there. Scott Barnes. Just Jamie was in there as well. And I think that is everybody. So yes, thanks everyone. You've been awesome as always. And from me and Mr. TB Bear, thanks so much for joining us on another Hookster Talks on your Thursday night. And I'm off now, and I will catch you in the next video, which will be all seasons on Sunday. So enjoy your race at Mexico. Should be a good one. It's usually a pretty good track, Mexico, for certain things to happen because it's a very fast track. So hopefully we'll get an enjoyable race. I'd say only 3 more rounds left anyway. You've got Mexico, I think Brazil, and then Abu Dhabi, and that's the end of the season for another year. And then we've got to wait all through the winter. It won't be that long, and then it'll start all up again in March, obviously. Yes. And we will see what happens. Anyway, thanks everyone. You have been awesome as always. Bye-bye from me and Mr. GB Bear. I'm off for my medication now. Thank you. And good night.